What's going on, ladies and gents? I'm going to wait around a second, see some kind of people we get rolling in here. Also going to get where I can share it. And I'm smart. I got my laptop in front of me ready to roll. And you ain't going to hear no sound and have any issues. I remember the last time I went live, I was doing a sound check. And sure enough, I had the sound on the laptop up. And it hit me with a copyright issue. See, might have to switch to my other account. Let's see, group. Yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. I'm just trying to get these things shared real quick, and then we'll get rolling. There should be something in here for a Q&A. You guys can ask things or whatever, be it. I know this isn't no fancy stream tonight. I didn't plan on it being one. I'm just trying to get my feet wet again. It's been a long time since I've done this, and I'm actually back earlier than scheduled. My dental work ain't done and all that, but I really just wanted to start pushing content, man, and I think it's a good time to do it with this Stat UFC event. And also, I want to factor in the audience. I know, like I said, I'm not in the virtual studio. The lighting probably ain't the best, but bear with me, And what's up, Chris? I see you in here, bro. I appreciate you stopping by. It looks a lot different than what I usually do, but it is what it is. It's content. And how I was doing it in the StreamYard lab, they were deeming it not original, and I don't understand how they can do that whenever I pay money for it, and it's to my customization to fit my name, my brand, Mystic Mary, the purple and the black, like everything's me, but it's an issue of the cross posting and stuff like that. You know me, you guys that have watched me for a while know I don't like just to hit this live button and talk this way, but if that's what I gotta do and that's what it's gonna make money on, fuck it, man. YouTube, this will be up on YouTube after the fact, Hardcore Sports Network as well. The next time I actually go live, I'll probably be doing it through the Hardcore Sports Network. So go give these guys a like and a follow, man. I got my hands deep with these guys. Man, they're doing special stuff. It's everything you can think of, dude. They're covering the WNBA. They're covering professional wrestling, combat sports, football. Jesus, man. I've seen some clips of some biking and stuff, dude. They're doing some great stuff. And yes, Chris said go O's. We need that. We need to get this win tonight. I know that. I'm upset. Still, I can't let go the playoff loss to the Texas Rangers, so I want to smash these guys. And I feel kind of good, we had that little slump and everything, but to bounce back on them the way we did last night and we can go take the series tonight, feeling good. That game would be in about 35 minutes. Well, you guys feel free to bring whatever you want to the discussion. My main focus is the UFC 303 main card. I might touch on some of the preliminary fights, but I'm not going to give no predictions on that. I might have if I had more time, but there's a lot of fights here, man. It's tough because when I'm looking at some of these fights, it's like, dang, especially the main event. That'll be the last one we touch on, but the main event, man, both of those guys, Alex Pereira and Yuri Prochazka, are two of my favorite fighters in combat. And I've watched both of their come-ups. I've watched them come from nothing. Watched Alex in kickboxing, his rise. I've watched Yuri come up in the bumfuck Egypt fighting championships, And it's going to be fun when I break that one down. And I'll go ahead and say this. The last time I covered that fight in November, I called it right. So don't sleep on what my predictions are going to be tonight because I have video evidence. You can go watch any of my old videos. I normally get the main card almost all the fights right. Like, I'm not trying to brag, but it's how it is. Same with wrestling, like PLEs. Very good with that stuff. But I know I might be rusty tonight because I have a lot of heart with some of these fighters, but I'm going to try to not use any of that and just straight brain. But there's a lot of guys on this card I got love for, man. And not only that, I haven't give you guys a prediction video since UFC 300. So if I'm a little rusty tonight, bear with me, you know. My track record in the past is proven. And so, if I have a little slip up for tomorrow's event, so be it. And Chris said 5 in a row sucked. It absolutely did. But on the same token, we had, geez, man, we were playing like top-notch competition. Like, we weren't playing no bums. I know it went from Philly, Atlanta, Yankees, a surging Astros. They got hot at the time, you know, they've been playing us. So it's just like, geez, it wasn't that exact order probably, but you get what I'm saying, bro. So it's nice that we're starting to get things right, but we need to win tonight too. One win after those 5 L's in a row ain't enough. Whoa, Facebook, I did not say that. Yeah, I'm sorry, this isn't like my famous setup, you know, like I normally do, but I might do more with that closer to football season. I'm just trying to find a balance and a right way of being able to do it without them flagging me, man. It seems they don't flag me when I do the bare minimum like this and just sit in my fucking desk chair and talk. So, one of my best videos I ever did was my birthday this year, and it was like this. But, I mean, I was outside most of it, but I went live on my phone and boom, boom, boom. Let me get rolling, man. Like, at any time, guys and gals, feel free to come in here with some comments, a question, anything. But I'm gonna start get rolling with the UFC stuff. Like I said, I'm only doing predictions on the main card, but I'll touch on some of these preliminary, at least the regular preliminary cards. There's a couple good fights you need to pay attention to. One of the biggest names, future star, in my opinion, is Peyton Talbot. He's fighting Giannis Ghemmouri. And Peyton, man, he's a phenomenal fighter. He's 8-0. Not many people know about him yet, but I'm telling you, watch this guy. He's opening up the preliminary card. I reckon it'll be on TV, on ESPN. Maybe, well, ESPN Plus for a fact, but that's where you can check that. It is part of the free ones. But, man, that's who I'm pulling for is Peyton, because I'm really excited about his future. But it's tough in the UFC. None of that shit matters, because when you get punched in the face, boom. Charles Jourdain, Gene Silva, that should be a good little banger to be on the prelims. And I'll say, UFC 303, this whole card was Conor McGregor's and Michael Chandler's card, you know? And y'all know me. There's an Irish guy fighting on this card I fucking love. But I promise you I'm keeping the bias and the heart away from that. But what I'm going to say was, I think the fight card got better after Conor got injured. And a lot of people in the combat space don't agree with me on that. And it's okay. There's a lot of people that don't like the main event between Yuri Prochazka and Alex Pereira. But the reality is, the fight was so close. I mean, Yuri was winning the fight. And he got knocked out. But you don't fucking play with fire. Like I said, I'm not breaking down that main event yet. That's the last one. But that's what I'm trying to get in you guys' head. There's a reason they're fighting again. Big fan of both. You can have these guys fight every month. I'll watch it every month. And I assure you that the result will be different every time, man. Styles make matches. And sometimes, if you get away from your game plan a little bit, like Yuri did in the first fight, Yuri ate a couple of leg kicks and he couldn't clinch or wrestle anymore. But he still got the fight down in the first round, won the round, and was controlling some of the stand-up for the majority of the fight. He was winning on the scorecards. But he got caught. You don't play with a kickboxer as accomplished as Alex Pereira. I love both of these guys, if you can't already tell. And I ain't even broke it down yet. I ain't even got to that fight yet. But if you can't already tell, I'm fucking excited for it, bro. And I'm mad. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is I have a lot of people I respect in the combat space, the media space and stuff. And a lot of people are shitting on this. Bro, what did you expect the UFC to do when the money man, the big draw Conor McGregor, breaks his toe and has to pull out? They scraped up what they could. And let me tell you before I go any further, this UFC pay-per-view had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canceled fights. I'm amazed at what they turned this into. Because you had Anthony Smith, Carlos Ulbrich canceled. Jamal Hill, Carlos Ulbrich canceled. Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, canceled. Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree, canceled. And that's just the big name shit, man. They ain't even me digging really deeper into the lesser name stuff. Oh, I'm fucking happy to be back, you guys. You know, I'm passionate about football and combat more than anything. And it's ate at me. I haven't been able to come back for a while, man. And it's not that I haven't been able to. I really thought my dental work process would be a little faster than it is. But I'm in no pain anymore. I got the removals removed. Well, before all that, I had my cleaning and whitening done. Then I got my removals. Then I had got one filling. And then I got the tops I got to do. And after that, I get my implants. But that's going to tie me up till fall probably. And it ain't no big deal because I love my dentist, boy. My dentist is the best of the best. And it costs a little more to go to her. But I know people that are taking the cheap route and going to other dentists and getting shitted and ending up in pain. And, man, I had no complications, dude. And I had extensive surgery. I mean, I was on general and local anesthesia and I couldn't even go to sleep, bro. And I told my doctor, I said, I mean, I'm not bad like I used to be, but I mean, I used to smoke every fucking second, like weed, and I drunk every day. So obviously when you're doing things like that, you know, it's going to build a tolerance to shit. I don't know what's in anesthesia, but I know, it didn't put me to sleep. And he even asked me, he's like, you good? I said, yeah, man, I'm good. As long as I don't feel it, work away. And even if I feel it, fuck it, man. I mean, I'm in pain when I eat, or was. I'm good now, even though this side I got to finish on the filling and then the top. But yeah, I got them two at the far back that was fucking with me removed. All of my wisdoms removed at the same time. Dental work is not only is it expensive, it's time consuming, man. It ain't even just about your dentist's time; it's about my time too. And the lady, Dr. Zabo, I love her to death. Like she wasn't the surgeon, but she's my actual dentist. Dr. Roller was the surgeon, but my actual dentist who's doing the fillings, the cleanings, and going to do my implants and stuff. She's battling something on her own, man. She's got diverticulitis going on, and that shit sucks. I knew somebody, a close friend of mine, that was battling that, and they had to have like 3 foot of their small intestine removed. And that sounds crazy, but your small intestine is the longer one. It's just thinner, if you get what I'm saying. I mean, I learn stuff about the body every day, man. And yeah, so something like that I respect. And she ended up doing work and hustling and stuff like that. I know I got sidetracked very quick, but that's a lot of why I haven't been here, you know. And I still don't get paid for my live videos, my reels, any of that yet. So I get paid for text and images, and I'm thankful for that. I mean, somebody got mad at me the other day. I mean, I ain't even told this person nothing about nothing, and they were like, man, you don't make nothing but coffee money here anyway. All right, big dog. It's not a full-time job yet, but I promise you, as a part-time gig, this treats me good. If you've been following my post, that post with the reach, that should tell you, because you make your money based off the reach, the shares, the comments. It ain't. I had a post hit 100K reactions, and I made $2 on it. But I had a post. I'm not gonna get deep on my shit because y'all nosy as fuck. But I had another post that had 500 likes, but about 1,000 comments. It was that crab post I put, man. And I was smart before I put that, because I knew, like, yo, a lot of my audience is Maryland, so. Crab state, the blue crab state, I should say. And then the other chunk of my audience fucking hates seafood, crab, all that. So I knew putting that it would do good. But that post earned me close to $400, man. I mean, and there's no set price what I make here every month, but every month it's been good to me for a part-time gig. But and I'd like for this to just retire everything. I ain't got to do nothing else, you know, but that ain't the facts right now. So people thinking Mr. Keenan got big money, that ain't the case, man. I've forked out a lot more than I've made this year, man. Like, my savings account is just like non-existent. I had plans of going to Baltimore this year, and there's still a good chance that might happen. Very, very good chance it still might happen. But things got rough, man, with 2,000 at the dentist, another 250, another 5, another couple grand coming out, you know, so things got hard, and Facebook started paying me at a good time, man. So I'm happy and blessed and thankful for that, and I want to just, boom, keep it into what I'm doing, you know. I know it's kind of crazy, I'm sitting here talking life, but give me slack. I haven't been live with y'all in 3 months. I don't know who's all watching, but I seen Kyle, you popping here. I appreciate you. Brandy, I seen you. I appreciate you. Lagertha Stevens, I know that ain't your real name. I ain't gonna mess with you too bad, but I always appreciate your support too, and I like a lot of the stuff you be doing and posting as well. Irving, appreciate you, man. Saying keep up the good work. I really do appreciate that, brother. That's one thing, you know. I'm extremely passionate about this. I love sports. I know sports. I'm a personable person that cares. You know, I can listen. I can give advice whether you like it or don't. I'm just that kind of guy. You know, I'm meant to be talking to a camera or to an audience. I have a lot of experience public speaking, just not at a high level or with a high amount of money behind it. But yeah. I just wanted to ramble and stuff about that. You know, we've been kind of fluctuating with the views, and I didn't want to get too deep with the fights. But the last thing I mentioned was about, I was touching on the preliminary cards that were worth looking at. Andre Touchy-Feely. That's probably like the GOAT name in MMA, dude. I love it. It's so funny. And you already know, like, if he wins or loses, the whatever post I put is going to be shouting that name out. Andre Touchy-Feely. I don't know if he's going to beat Cub Swanson, though. But I'd be damned, man. Both of these guys are fucking veterans. I was, Jesus, dude, like 18 years old watching these guys in combat. And the last one on the regular preliminary would be Joe Pfeiffer and Marc-Andre Barriault. That's tough, man. I've seen the money line is heavy on Joe Pfeiffer. So if you're a gambling man, go put a little something on Marc-Andre Barriault, because I think he's going to win that fight. And like I said, I'm not giving the predictions to the preliminary like that, but I'm just telling you, like, I've seen money lines and stuff. I'm a gambling man. I'm going to fuck with some of this stuff. But yeah, the super early prelims, you got Michelle Karate Hottie Watterson Gomez. She's lost several in a row, so if she loses this, she's done. Andrei Arlovsky is a legend. He's been fighting longer than I've been alive, just about, man. I mean, god dang. He was one of the first fighters I ever watched. Big fan of his. He's fighting Martin Boudet, a young up-and-comer who's trying to make his name on a legend like this. And it's like, you know, the sport's got to keep moving forward. But at the same token, you don't want to see this legend. Andre's record of 34-23, you might think that's cheeks, but man, he's fought fucking a who's who. He's a former UFC champion. And a lot of guys that got into combat before it was like, or when it got popping, they don't know shit about legends like that, dude. When I first discovered MMA in 2004. So I was 10 years old, and I didn't have no fucking crazy knowledge for it back then, but it was one of my passions because I was aging and starting to realize what wrestling was about. And you know, I love wrestling still, but when you start to understand, like, you know, what that is, and it's TV, it's soap operas. When I figured out what the fuck MMA was, I'm like, man, I was a new breed, bro. Like, you couldn't get me off of it. And it really got me through some hard times. There was a period, and a lot of people that like wrestling like me can relate, because I held on to WWE, and I know it's great today with Triple H, but there was a period from like '08 with the PG era to like, I don't know, 2015 or 14. It was hard to watch, man, and like I fell away from it, and that's when I really got really strong and passionate about MMA, UFC. I love Pride. You know, Pride was the actual first organization I ever watched as far as combat. And Shogun, Mauricio Shogun Hua, was the first fighter that I seen. So I'm always, you know, holding stuff like that to me just means a lot. Love combat. Then you got Rezi Sunya and Carlos Hernandez, should be a banger. Former title challenger Ricky Simon versus Vincius Oliveira. Ooh. I didn't see the line for that, but man, I need to go check it. I see Ashley here watching. I appreciate you. You know, we've had a pretty good week on fantasy. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but keep doing your thing. It's been a fun year. Excited for the playoffs. Everybody's been competing in there, and that's what I like to see. If you or your boyfriend or your friends are interested in football this year, you know, holla at me. Because soon I'm going to be promoting that. I have a paid one I'm going to do. It's going to be either $25 to $35 type range. And the reason I want to do it, because football my favorite fantasy. And I've learned when people pay a little money, they give a fuck about it, you know. Obviously, I'm always have that free one too, because money's tight with people, or they just don't care to, you know what I mean. So I don't ever want to let those sides of people go either. It's amazing. I mean, how long have we been live here? Let me go on the internet on my laptop and see. Yeah, you guys, I got my laptop open, and next time I'll probably be live on the laptop, but this is my first one back, getting my feet wet. I don't really know how it's going, but I know at one point I've seen 7 viewers and went back to 0. I've seen 4. I've seen 2. I don't know how long I'm going. I ain't even got into the main card yet. None of y'all have even left me any questions to answer or nothing like that. But like I said, y'all go support my YouTube channel too, man. Mystic Mary _ on Facebook, go check out the Hardcore Sports Network page. I've been rocking with them, man, and they, like I said earlier in the show, they got phenomenal content. Sleeper Sports Media, aka my boy Nick Weetoish, go support him, man. He's a big help for me. I'm not able to edit it yet because I'm on mobile, but he gave me a thumbnail for this, and that's what I'm going to use for this when I'm done and can't edit it, put it on my YouTube, and all of that stuff. Kayla Harrelson, I see you in here. I appreciate you. Anything y'all want to talk about, feel free. You know what my game plan is to talk about in my main subject, but I want you guys to feel part of it too. So many people have been missing me and wanting me to come back, so slide in these comments. Make me feel that way. I don't care if I got 1 view or no view or 100 views at once, you know. I'm the same guy, period. And I'm happy about what I'm doing. It's my first one back. And even if I'm rusty, I don't care. But we'll crack. We're gonna crack because I told y'all what the prelims and the early prelims are looking like. And also check out, you know, Apples and Grapes Media and Nick Weetoish. They're gonna be doing a watch along for this pay-per-view. It's gonna be on the Hardcore Sports Network or on their personal YouTube accounts, Apples and Grapes Media, Sleeper Sports Media, and even on the Hardcore Sports Network YouTube. I'll give that some love. I got to get my presence known more around there. You know, I've been doing my load on the Facebook side of things, and Facebook's my baby. Y'all know that I'm the Meta man. Everybody knows Keenan the Facebook man, but I am wanting to grow in other areas, but more like YouTube personally and Threads. I don't really care about Twitter too much. I do admit Twitter gets some good news and fast, but we all different. And I have a lot of friends killing it on Twitter, and some killing it here. So, I mean, I'm happy for however it shakes for anybody, man. Wherever it took off for me first is where I was going to be feeding it anyway. In my heart, I wanted Facebook to pop for me because I'm fucking addicted to this shit, dude. I use this fucking app like a madman. Gene Morrow, I just seen your comment, bud. He said, what about the Ravens this year? Oh! All I know is I want to beat the Chiefs week 1, bud. I don't know if you're still watching or not. I didn't ignore you. For some reason, your comment just didn't pop up. I had to go find it on the laptop, man. But that's how I'm feeling, man. I'm usually 1 game at a time to the playoffs. Anyway, I'm excited, though. I promise you. I'm so excited. I want to see Derrick Henry get a touchdown or two the first game because you know that loss in the playoffs to the Chiefs, a lot of that was not running the rock, dude. Not utilizing our running backs. And I apologize for the lighting, Aldi. The lighting is kind of pissing me off, but I told y'all at the beginning that this was just a basic get my feet wet live. So don't hate me. Be happy I came back early. Nobody knew till like Monday I was going to go live. And literally I didn't plan on going live again till, 69 days from now is the Ravens Chiefs. And it ain't about the Ravens, okay? It's week 1 NFL football. It don't matter who was playing week 1. It just happens to be that. So I would have been live at least again, like, the day before that week at least, knowing me. My plan is, like, today I'm live here. I'm going to get off of here when I'm done. I'm not near done now, but when I get off of here, I'm going to go put this into places I want to put it. And then the next time I do this, it'll be live, like, in the Hardcore Sports Network. And then I'll push that to other spots as well. I was just making sure I didn't lose service there. But yeah, that's my goal. I'm trying to give love to me and my profile for watch time like Mato wants in the right way, which is this way. And I mean, it makes sense because, like, if I was on StreamYard, I could be gaining watch time here, gaining watch time on ESN, HSN, watch time every fucking where. So I get it. I'm not complaining because I paid for StreamYard for a whole year straight, 50 times 12. And that motherfucking app website never paid me a dime, man. So why have all that fancy stuff if it wasn't paying off yet, When I can literally go on here and just fucking put a picture, or a text and make money. So I'm doing what I want to now because I want to. It ain't that I'm tied up paying StreamYard. I like going live and talking to you guys. I'm kind of sad y'all ain't gave me no topics besides a couple people like Gene and Chris. But I love doing this. This is what I love to do. And it don't have to just be sports, I started to grow when I really just started covering more than just sports, because when I was sticking to just sports, I was plateaued for a while there. And that's all I ever wanted to do. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. Sports is my biggest passion, and that's what I want to pay me, and that's what I want to make my name on. That's what I want on my headstone when I'm dead. Like, that's the Mystic Mary the Sportsman. That's who I am. But I also understood to build an audience, a returning audience, it takes more than that. So I started getting into the jokes, and a lot of people nowadays, they can't tell if I'm joking or serious with some stuff, and I love it. I love it. The food's always been there. Food and sports go together. I've always, man, like, before I even got super serious with sports, like, I was looking at, like, some of my first posts from 2010. I'm on there posting when I'm fire fucking dinner as a teenager, man. So food's always meant a lot to me, and it's not just my food. I like seeing what y'all cook up. I like recipes. I like seeing, oh, you had a great night out at a steakhouse. You don't eat out often. That makes me happy, man. Seeing other people happy and doing good things, it brings joy to me. So I want y'all to understand that. Some people get sick of my face, get sick of me talking live, but it's what I love to do. Yeah, I don't have a big platform. You look at my Facebook and think it's a big platform. It ain't got nothing on the millions of people I could have on Fox Sports or Y'all hear me good? I was trying to find out. Damn, I was rolling. I swear, man, when you do it this way, sometimes you'll hit that fucking microphone button and it happens. I don't know how long that was going down, but I appreciate you, Data. Day, however you pronounce that. But yeah, dude. Oh, man. I went over a lot of shit just then, but I'm really glad you said that. Yeah, I support everything everybody likes. You know, I don't know what y'all have missed or not, but definitely support Hardcore Sports Network, ESN, Mystic Mary, all that good stuff. I apologize about that period of time with no sound. Sometimes, man, your finger slips, and the way I'm looking at this stuff, it happens. At least I have not even broke into my UFC 303 main card predictions yet, so that's the good thing. And also, you guys bring some topics and questions and stuff like that. That's what I really would like. Because this is my first time back in a long time. And, you know, it ain't just about that, you know. And I appreciate that, Day. I hope I said your name right. I don't know how long I was quiet there, but I kind of feel like I remember when I hit it. Like, I swear it's so easy on mobile, dude. But thank you for doing that and telling me. I really do appreciate that. I hate, because I said a lot of stuff recently, but yeah, you know, I have a lot of homies killing it on all kind of platforms. I'm more the meta man. I got lucky here, I guess. You know, I wouldn't even say that. I put in a lot of hard work here, and I do remember saying stuff like, I was giving a little bit of advice. Because at one point, you know, not even 2 years ago, like, I've been deep with the sports stuff a while, but about 2 years ago, like, you know, I had some pretty good conversations with some important people, and they were like, man, you got to do more than that, you know, and they weren't wrong, dude. Like, I literally, at one point, only covered the sports I liked, or wanted to cover, team-wise, or whatever, players, and then I branched that into, you know, I cover basically everything. And I always fuck with the food now. I always love food, whether it's me cooking it or asking y'all what's for dinner. And hell, if y'all go out to eat at a 5-star restaurant and brag about it, and, you know, I'm fat. You know, I love talking about food. But I started implementing the jokes and everything else in, and that's when I started growing pretty good. I don't know what the metrics exactly look like for tonight's show, especially with that big ass gap of y'all couldn't hear me. Damn, thank you again, Day, for that. But no, it ain't hit 0 one time. I seen it as high as 7, and it's just been fluctuating. And I assume when y'all didn't hear me, it went down. But it's what it is, man. It's part of it. But like I said, you might see me on the laptop next time. I just wanted to do things easy. If Facebook wants me to do it their way, I want to do it the easy way at least. And the beauty is, even if there was no sound for that 5 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever the fuck it was, we ain't made no predictions yet. So, like I said, 4 or 5 fights was canceled, rescheduled, and everything with this event. And it's nuts. And I'm a diehard Conor McGregor fan. I'm a big Irish fan. I have an Irishman on this card that I fucking love. But I'm not predicting that fight based on those emotions. I might want him to win, but that ain't gonna mean that's what I'm doing. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I think the event got better with Conor getting hurt. And honestly, it makes me mad because Michael Chandler keeps posting this emotional stuff and like motivational stuff, talking about, you know, the payoff will pay off one day, or I mean, but it's like, dude, you're wasting your prime chasing a money fight in Conor McGregor. I love Michael Chandler, but it's like, it feels like Michael Chandler, you're getting played with. Because if you want to know the truth, Conor, like a lot of these other guys, has a sunset clause in his contract. So there might be a situation that Conor never fights in the UFC again. Bro was flirting with bare knuckle fighting. He was just at UFC, or Bellator Dublin, excuse me. Which, I mean, that's kind of expected. Like, I could look past that because it's Dublin, Ireland. But the same token, it's like Conor's doing all this other stuff. He don't need the UFC anymore. Does Michael Chandler deserve to finally get the fight? I don't know at this point, dude. Because you had opportunities to fight other guys. If you're the best in the world like you think you are or want to be, go knock off a contender and tell Conor, heal up. I just don't believe this fight's going to happen until they're locked in a cage. I don't care how many times they sign it. Michael Chandler gets on a microphone and promises you it's going to happen. They need to be in that damn cage for me to believe it. This is about as bad as Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you don't know about that, dear God, go watch how many times. Both fighters pulled out. It ain't just one. But how many times that fight fell apart. And I appreciate you, Nick. All love, man. We doing some great stuff, me and you, man. And everybody in the network. It's awesome, dude. I definitely got to start feeding other stuff more. But you know me, I fill up my throne here, dude. You know that. And if I can help my people here, that's what I want to do. It's crazy, you know, I sat here muted for a minute, but still had views. But this is going to be some fun stuff. That first fight I'm about to have to call is going to be, damn, Michael Venom Page and Ian Machado Gary to open it. And I was just talking about that. Lucas Snell said, Chandler lost fights. Conor doesn't have a winning record. Like, bro, come on. I'm trying to see your second comment below it. Give me a second. Let's go Ravens. Yeah, Conor and Chandler has lost fights, and it's bigger than that for me, bud. Styles make fights, and the kind of style that Chandler has is one that Conor really don't like. And I even said when they initially signed the fight, like, what, a year or 2 years ago, and they went to the Ultimate Fighter and things of that nature, I was saying, like, you know, Conor, this is not an easy comeback fight. Michael Chandler's tough. If you're Dana White, you want to book Conor somebody like a striker. An easy striker, not no fucking killer. But the same token, you can't do that. You have to understand the business, the business with Conor McGregor. He's nothing but eyes. Like, you can't book him with a bum. And Chandler ain't a bum, but it's kind of shocking that that's the route they went. But it's crazy, man. Like, Conor, I supported Conor since day one as a fellow Irishman. I say all the time, I miss broke Conor. Because when Conor didn't have no money, that's when he fought the best. Go look at when he fought him and Max Holloway in 2012. Go watch that fight. I'm sure you've watched it, but go rewatch it today. And then think about the bad dudes these guys are now, you know. He says, I agree. I hope Conor, or Nick, yeah, Nick says Ian Gary was cooking him at the presser. Ian, it's that Irish, Nick. Them Irish motherfuckers can cook. They got hands. That's the first fight, so we're easing into that. I'll go ahead and say, you already know that's who the fuck I'm pulling for. So, does that mean that's where my brain's gonna go? Not necessarily. I love Ian Gary. I don't want to talk about his personal life. My boy, I about said Jordan Hardwick. It's Jordan Kennedy. Excuse me. And the Canadian one. I have two Jordan Kennedys I'm friends with. Got to specify them. American and Canadian. But yeah, the Canadian one was, mentioning that and stuff. And it's like, man, Ian Gary, he's very talented. He's very entertaining. The style of fight he has is great. But man, he's fighting something he ain't ever fought before. Before I get there, let me check the comments. Thank you guys and gals. The comments, the view time, it helps so much. A share would mean a lot too, yo. Like, I really do appreciate this. We're doing good. I'm doing better. You know, just here than I do on StreamYard with like 7 or 8 links. Because I'll do that and it'll sit there and say 0 the whole damn time, man. And when it does that, like you'll rush to the discussions and get to your point and be done in 30 minutes. That ain't what I ever wanted to be, man. And I say all the time, I ain't in a studio with a live audience, like for real. So you guys, the virtual audience, means so much. I need you guys. And Lucas said, and now he keeps getting hurt, in quotations. He's a fucking bum now. It's that money, man. After he got paid versus Mayweather, and then proper 12, everything Conor's doing is big money, you know. So it'd be a better look if he just retired, man. He really has no reason to fight anymore. It's like he might get a couple wins, and you know, I like Conor. That's me being nice, but he's not a damn title contender anymore. And Lucas said Holloway keeps winning, not getting hurt and making excuses. Big facts. Holloway, a big fan of Holloway's, man, and I can't tell you how many times I went back and watched Conor McGregor and Max Holloway, and it's like, even before they blew up, you know what I mean? It's like, man. And it's crazy how Conor won that fight. Wrestling. But his leg was compromised in that fight. You know, I know a lot about that fight, dude. Ain't no doubt who won on the scorecards, but it's crazy to think about where they're at now and like what their motivations are and things of that nature, you know? So, got to get this first prediction official with this one, man. And like I told you, I don't know if I was muted when I said it earlier or not. I know we ain't muted now, but I could be a little rusty here because it's been a while since I've done this. But the same token, I get a lot more right than I do wrong in videos. There's video evidence of that. So if I'm slipping tonight, give me a pass. It's my first time back, and it was kind of off script. I just wanted to do it. I got the itch to come back. That's all, as simple as that. So I'm taking Michael Venom Page. He reminds me of Anderson Silva, dude. People might think I'm crazy, but he does, and I've been watching him a long time, very long time. But you know, I got big love from Ian Machado Gary because he's Irish, just because he's fucking Irish. I'm Irish, that's why. But I feel like I said a couple minutes ago, he's fighting. He's got youth. Ian Machado Gary has the youth aspect. But he ain't taller. He ain't got the reach advantage. I don't think he's ever fought a striker like Michael Page. And when Michael debuted in the UFC against Kevin Holland, so many people were taking Kevin Holland. And I told them like the same thing. Like, you know, Michael's a different kind of striker, man. But they also, in that fight, played with each other. You know, Michael made it look easy. It's just levels to it, man. And I really am a big fan of that. But if Ian Gary can make this a dog fight, he's going to have to get him against the cage. I don't think Ian Gary has ever fought anybody with longer reach. And if he has, it ain't been nobody with this kind of experience. I don't think it'll be a finish, but I do think Michael. This is a learning experience for Ian Gary. I think Michael Page. Nobody. I don't want to say nobody, but a lot of the haters and critics said Michael Venom Page wouldn't be a top 10 contender in the UFC. He's 14 or 13 right now, ranked, give or take. And Ian Machado Gary is ranked number 7 at middleweight or at welterweight, even though this is a middleweight fight. Confusion. But Michael Page wins this fight, it can put him in the top 10 and he can get the respect he deserves. This is all striking. You're not going to... The only way I think I would see grappling in this fight is if Michael Page starts working that jab like I think he's going to do, and Ian Gary has to force it to the cage. He has to clinch. Because it ain't easy to get Michael Page down, especially when you're not a known grappler like Ian Gary. A lot of Irish people they ain't grapplers, okay? A lot of them like to drink alcohol and fight with their hands and kicks. That's just the truth. So give me Michael Page by decision. But Ian Gary's future is so bright. He's so young and so talented. If he does manage to win, shit, man. I ain't hating because that's who my heart would rather win. But I'm being logical here, man. And Michael Page be doing some Matrix-like shit. Alright, you got Mayra Bueno Silva and Macy Chiasson. So, there's a couple things that, identical records, but totally different styles. We were talking about reach in the last one. That kind of what bugs me, because Macy's got the reach here, but Mayra's got the experience, and this is a 3-round fight. If it was a 5-round fight, I'd probably be a little different with my prediction. But I like Mayra's pressure. Her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is fucking phenomenal. If she gets on top of you at any point in any round, she's probably going to ride the round out. She might submit you. And being Macy's got reach, like she could be suspect to arm bars, leg bars, knee bars, mind you. But shit like that. So, give me Mayra Bueno Silva. But if she was to lose, it's going to be like I was saying, because Macy can work that reach on her. But I trust Mayra's had bigger fights. She's fought better competition. She's been in deeper waters. I don't think Macy's ever seen 5 rounds. And this is only a 3-round fight, so that don't matter. But Mayra, she could probably empty the gas tank knowing, because she's fought 5 rounds before, and this is only 3 rounds. When you have that experience in a 5-round fight that your opponent doesn't have, you kind of understand the level of the gas tank you can let go. It sounds crazy, but I promise you, I've never fought 3 or 5 rounds. I've been punched in the face, elbowed, wrestling. I've been tapped out. I've tapped people out. I ain't never fought like that. But what I'm trying to tell you, I know a lot of people that have, and the best of the best to tell you, 3 rounds, 5 rounds, man, big difference. Like, you get that 5-round title fight or 5-round main event under your belt, and you're gassed out, say rounds 4 and 5. You lose, which that happened to Mayra. Mayra now is in a pretty big spot here with an up-and-coming lady. It's 3 rounds. You can fucking put the foot on the gas. And Macy just might try to coast. If Macy wants to win, she's going to have to keep Mayra off of her, work her jab. I just don't know if that's going to be enough. I think the experience of Bueno Silva, it'll get her through. And I know that she's 10-3-1 and Macy's 10-3, identical records. But when I mention experience, it's about who you fought as well. You can have perfectly identical records like I just named, but the people they have fought is a big difference. Isaac, man, I appreciate them stars. I appreciate you watching always, brother. I'm happy to see the stuff you're doing too. We trying to take this thing to a new level, man. I'll tell you what would be a good idea. You bring maybe that gaming to the Hardcore Sports Network. I don't think anybody's doing gaming in there yet, dude. And that's a dope idea. A dope idea. If Nick or Mitch is watching, because they the head dogs in hardcore, the head vision behind that. But it's hardcore. Gaming, esports is hardcore. I think that could bring a whole new audience, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I mean, even if they didn't do it or we consider doing something like that, I know my ass is gonna share my gaming stuff in there. I'm new to the Hardcore Sports Network, but they're big everywhere, dude. They're Twitter, YouTube. I more deal with the Facebook side. I got the keys to the Facebook side, and that's what I rock with. But they get all my other stuff out where I need it for me as well. They're amazing people, man. I would definitely check them out, man. Holla at Mitch and Nick. Them two are fucking great. I'm trying to get the right people to collaborate, and I don't know, that just hit me. I just feel like that's a good plan. I just said we can do fight matchups on the game for upcoming events and all. Hell yeah, dude. I think we on to something here, and I love it. And this is what I wanted this live to be, man, because it's been so long since I've done it. And I don't care that I'm not in my virtual studio. I just wanted to just talk, But that right there, that's a great idea. I'll definitely, if they're not watching now, I'll definitely put it in their ear when I get done here, because I got to get this content on there when I'm done. See, things are a little different with me with not using StreamYard, so it's my first one back. You know, Mystic got to do it on his personal profile. It's only right. But next Friday, or even maybe Monday, I'm trying to maybe do one a week for each. Like, I'll go live through the Hardcore Sports Network specifically one week, and when I get done, you know, I can move it everywhere. And like today, I'm doing it on my personal page, and I'll move it everywhere, which is fine. Even if I don't get everything put out to my platforms till tomorrow, I'll be okay, as long as I get them out before the fights. And I will, bro. I wonder if I can tag Nick on this shit. Let me see. Yeah. Stay in here a minute, Isaac. Let me maybe get a little something spark. And y'all ain't got to go crazy on this chat either. Just we get y'all connected and y'all talking to DMs, man. We be rolling. I think that's brilliant, and I know we're looking. Let's see. Nick. That's all I know to do besides Messenger, but it's kind of hard for me to get on Messenger while I'm live. I'm going to tell him to message you. And y'all can shoot some stuff, man. Nick's big dog in the HSN. Him, Mitch, and me. I'm the third guy for the Facebook. They do so much. They do a lot more than I do with the other platforms. I ain't going to lie. That's a fact, dude. They killing it on YouTube, Twitter, even here. I'm glad I'm able to help, and I know my place with it, you know. And I just have discussions about the fights like we're really the ones fighting on pay-per-view. Hell yeah, bro. I think this is brilliant. So I'm definitely, you know, I came back sooner. This live's off script, bro. I really did not plan on coming back till all of my dental work was done. And that's going to be a little while, you know. My dentist busy, I'm busy. Certain amount of money every month I want to spend, you know. I don't want to kill myself. So, but I'm fine, you know. The stuff that was causing me pain ain't there no more. I'm eating pretty okay. So I'm happy in that regard, you know. I'm glad we're not sitting here in silence. I don't like those 10 or whatever minutes it was. See, that's a good thing about just going live through Facebook, because, like, you can kind of afford that mistake here, but if you live on YouTube and Twitch and other shit, man, and there ain't no sound. Alright. So, yeah, I told y'all the first two. And, yeah, I think the last live I did was UFC 300 main card, and I got all of the fights right besides one. I don't know if I'm going to hit that with this one, because I'm a little rusty. But that's why I say y'all gotta give me a green card, a pass, whatever it is, for this one. And this one's tough, man. I told y'all I had some favorites I had to come back and decide with. That's really what other people doing content. It's not that you hate, it inspires you. That's a big reason I'm back today off script. And another reason is Alex Pereira and Yuri Prochazka too. Like I said, Isaac, I don't know if you was here earlier or if my mic was muted when I went on that rant, but when they fought in November, I did predict that fight right. So I feel really good going into this fight again tonight. Man, doing watch-alongs for those is kind of hard for me right now, man. You know, like when I had my health issues happen, where I had to basically start working full time. I came back to my mama's and shit, so I ain't really trying to be live at 11 at night and somebody else got to be up and work early in the morning, so that ain't working for me. But I have a few things on my list, man. You know, I got a PC, my own house. I got the land out here to put a house on. I just got to make the money for that. But when you got all this several thousands in dental work, I'm trying to pay my college off. Your boys had a lot going on, man. I ain't complaining a bit. This is the life I wanted and chose. But I got to keep pushing and keep grinding, keep fighting. I'm glad. I don't care what nobody says. I'm glad I went to school for what I did. I didn't learn everything. I know from my school, but there would be some things like my school would show me and I'd be like, what? And you would like not like it, but then you would learn your way around it and your own technique as a creator. And I've had teachers that respected that and give you fucking 100s for it. And I had other teachers that would fucking fail you. I had a teacher, I only had one F on an assignment, and I'm sure if Nick's in here, and Nick didn't like that teacher either. I don't know what your grades was with. I didn't fail his class, but I failed that assignment. And, yeah, man, I remember we had a conversation about that guy. Basically, you know, anybody that's listening, this guy wanted you to do a little clip, like a voiceover clip, and give your opinion on something. I'm not the guy to ask to do that, because I will test the waters. And know it, and I knew it was sports only. Perfect. But it needed to spark up conversation with your classmates. Like if you could get your classmates to reply, you're winning. So I went and dug up the Antonio Brown shit. Oh, I mean, this is when it was the prime of it. Antonio Brown was fucking taking his shirt off. He was fucking cussing and flipping the bird to Tom Brady and all of that stuff. And I mean, I pulled up every bit of that, and I gave he wanted an opinion. Oh, you got every bit of it. And it's awesome because that's what you get today. All you get from me, I will supply facts, but outside of facts, when you ask me something, it's an opinion, unless it's something that's fact-based, like who won the Super Bowl last year? Obviously the Kansas City Chiefs. But like when it comes to certain things, it's always going to be opinion-based, man. That man gave me a fucking fat F, bro. The only F I ever got in my tenure in college. And told me, he says, you need to keep your opinions out of stuff, bud. I emailed that man and basically cussed him out. I'm like, bro, I said, I ain't never had to deal with this at the college level. I said, it said clearly in your fucking assignment I don't remember it word for word, but he wanted you to take a few clips and put it together and narrate it in your own words and give your thoughts. That's what I did. That's what I did, man. I just happened to be on that Antonio Brown train, and I just wanted to be different. Everybody else is positive. I'm a different cat, man. But it taught me a valuable lesson like that day. At the same time, it fucking sucked, like, to get hit with a grade. Like, he ended up correcting it, though. Trust me. That's a whole nother story. Because after that, I never had a failing grade ever in college again. But I also never I made sure my opinion never got disrespected either. Because that's all sports media is opinions. Some are more knowledgeable than others, but that's all it is, man. Outside of the fucking stats and the fucking scoreboard and blah, 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 the story of the game, it's opinions after that. And I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about somebody completely disagreeing with me, man. I love it. I just love it. I can't wait till there's a day I got a platform on a television. I've seen it in a dream 2 nights ago, dude. I don't know what platform it was, but I was in a studio with like 4 other head. It's obviously it wasn't a Mystic Mary Live if I'm in a studio in a $200, $300 seat in a suit with 2 women, 2 dudes with me talking. I don't know. I would assume sports. I couldn't tell you because it was a dream. But you could see like the big cameras. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. It just makes me feel good about myself. But it tells me it's like the day that time comes, it's like, man, I wouldn't even know what to do with Facebook at that point. It's like, bro, I want to go off in the right way. You know, my sports knowledge. I don't ever want to go viral for the shit. Like, I'm proud of what that Hawk Tua girl's doing and shit. Like, she's made a fucking great name for herself. And that's sometimes all it takes. That is not how I want to be known. Never. I want y'all to look at me and know I'm the fucking sportsman. This guy loves food. I want stuff like that to be known for, you know? So, I've had a lot of just random talking because I've been seeing the views coming and going, and I don't care how long you stay, it helps. This watch time is strictly Facebook. I'm not doing this nowhere else, just on Facebook. So, it helps me tremendously I feel it's not going to take me long to get. That's the only thing I'm lacking is my watch time for my in-stream ads, and y'all know the reason I'm lacking that's because I ain't been doing them. And Penny, I see you in here. I hate it so like bland the way it is. I don't know how long you've watched my lives. When I'm in a virtual studio, people be telling me it ain't original. When I pay good money to edit that live stream to make it as original as I possibly can, it's my touch. The purple, the black, the Mystic Mary, Exceptional Sports News, Hardcore Sport, all that's me. So it makes me sad though. But I'm not complaining because we've sat here and had good views all night. That's what I appreciate, and this is going to make me want to keep doing them. Like I said, you might catch me in the Hardcore Sports Network next time. I need y'all to go follow that, like that page. People might look at it and not think much, but I'm telling you, dude, the people that are working behind the scenes of this page are fucking smart, driven. I don't just work and partner with anybody. It takes a lot for me to do that because it takes a lot for me to do this and what I'm doing every day for you guys and gals. So when I see potential in something like that, I want to have my hands on it. I want to be a part of it because all this shit's bigger than me. The biggest quote is the truth. It's, the smart ones are collaborating. The right-minded people at the top are collaborating. It's the idiots that's beefing, man. I got a YouTube guy. I got a fucking Twitter guy. I got a TikTok guy. I got an Instagram guy. I got all these guys. I'm a Facebook guy, but when you put all that together and you got this guy putting your stuff where he thrives and that guy's doing that there where he thrives and vice versa, that shit's important. I'm telling you. I just had a follower of mine. I feel bad. I fell off with him, but I love him to death. And I've watched his whole growth. I watched him go from fucking 30 subscribers on YouTube. He's at 4.6 thousand. And he earned all of that. Well, not all of it. He earned about 4,000 of it off of one video. He had like a clip from Bare Knuckle Fighting. He made it his. He did it, complete creation and editing. It was what I forgot to fight, but basically the guy was rocked so bad he was about to fight the referee or tried to strike the referee and stuff. I mean, when you rock, But that's my boy Apples and Grapes Media, Hunter. Feel bad I don't know his last name, but he's a big guy with the Hardcore Sports Network too. And he just to see stuff like that's awesome, man. I want to be a part of stuff like that. I don't want to sit in a circle with some bullshit people fucking doing fent or smoking crack or snorting coke. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. I barely care about weed and alcohol anymore, and for 10 years of my life, that's all I fucking cared about. I want to live my life vicariously through these sports and my takes. And Isaac, thank you on them stars, homie. I get a fresh set of them tomorrow, the 29th, isn't it? Yeah, at some point tomorrow I'll have some, and I'll give you some love back for sure. I'll get my little 100 for the verification. It's funny though, Isaac. I literally, the 21st, you're supposed to get paid on Facebook. I got paid last night, the 27th. So, the 29th, I have to pay some money. And I assure you, it's gonna, it's gonna be taken out at midnight. I might have to answer the phone real quick, y'all, so bear with me. Don't leave me. We have a couple more fights. I have an important phone call to answer real quick, please. And I gotta pee. Love y'all. did. I was a bad boy, but I finished that piece because I mean I had stage fright. So it was only like 3 squats. There's still a shot left in the first half of it. But I know it took me, man. I'm doing good, man. I wanted to be more extra, but I had to put an ass on me. You can tell that boy how that shit, man. I'm saying that's what you can say because you know the research. Now these cats feel good though. I need to do some laundry too. So I'm gonna need to do some laundry too. I said I might not be able to answer you or help you when you get here. I've heard that before, so that's all. All right. I see we had one person not leave. Yeah. Had to see about some food and shit. All right. So where are we at? We at Anthony Smith and Roman Dolidze. Might try to wait a second, see if we get another viewer back or whatever. Let's see how things are doing on here, because I really don't know. But yeah, that's the next fight. Sorry I had to step away. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and I can't really. If I was on the laptop, I could have paused it. I was able to pause it in the past, but let me see here. And also, I mean, I know it's not the same as StreamYard, but I could invite y'all on here to come talk with me too, you know. So Roman Dolidze, Anthony Smith. Man. See, Roman Dolidze, there's a lot of question marks I have about him. He's nowhere near experienced as Anthony Smith, but he's a dog. He's got some serious knockout power. I've watched him with some violent finishes, but he is a middleweight, a big middleweight. I was saying like 3 or 4 or 5 fights ago when I first started noticing him that I felt that the weight cut, the middleweight was fucking with him. And it will. If you don't know, I've cut weight when I wrestled and stuff. You know, I've cut weight just to cut weight. Wrestling, training, it sucks, okay? So, same token, Anthony Smith is 38-19. Anthony Smith has had more losses than Roman's had wins, losses combined. It's like, yo. I think Roman is going to have to put him out. That's Roman's only way to win. And I'm not predicting that. Not a chance. I'm going to take Anthony Smith on his experience. I trust him, you know, especially if he gets Roman down. Roman's known to kind of have a green grappling game. So if he gets that guy down, he could get a neck or an arm or get him in a spot and he's dropping bombs. It ain't good for him, man. And it's like Anthony Smith is like the true gatekeeper. It's like if you beat him, you really the real deal and push into a pretty big situation. But if you lose to him, back to the bottom of the totem pole. The co-main event. This is probably the hardest fight for me to call. Brian T. City Ortega and Diego Lopez. It's a lightweight fight, but they are featherweight fighters. That's what makes things tricky. So basically, whoever wins is going to help their stock at featherweight. Both of these guys are two of the best grapplers I've ever seen in this division, man. Like, I want to say Brian's got a little more of a threatening submission game, but he's going to have to get it there because Diego Lopez has got reach. I think he's a better striker than Ortega. He's good at keeping the fight at his range. He's got the reach. He's got good kicks, good straights, 1-2s, all of that. Like, he's got the good striking to keep Ortega off of him. I'm going to go with Diego. I think he's got more tools here to win, but if Ortega somehow in a scramble or just straight up actually trying to get some down and gets a submission and one shot, because Ortega is fucking slick. But Lopez has some of the best grappling too. But Ortega, I feel, is a whole different level. But that said, them two probably are the best grapplers at featherweight. And notice, I'm trying to speed up the fights. And like I said, man, ain't nobody coming here with a Q for an A. Which that's fine, man. I ain't tripping. I'll be live again and more often, man. I also know we're doing solid tonight, but it's also Friday night. People's doing stuff. Not everybody's like, ooh, I'm going to go live and talk sports. Like, that just ain't some of y'all's thing, man. And I understand that. Completely understand that. So the main events, Alex Pereira and Yuri Prochazka 2. As video evidenced in November, I was torn then like I'm torn now. I didn't want to fucking pick between. I'm kind of mad we have to watch it again this soon because I don't want to pick. I fucking love Yuri and I love Alex Pereira. I don't want to see somebody frown after this, man. But I'll say, like I've been saying the past few days, Alex Pereira is a more violent finisher and a better kickboxer. And it really showed in that last fight. But Yuri Prochazka is a more well-rounded martial artist. And I think he understands that, especially after being with Pereira. And there's a lot of stuff that happened in those 2 rounds, man. I rewatched the fight today because I knew I wanted to rewatch it before I talked about the second one. So, not even like 20 seconds into the first round, Alex, the kickboxer, with one of them vicious leg kicks. I mean, he really fucked up Yuri Prochazka's movement. And Yuri denied it. But go watch that fight. Yuri was changing stances. And why do people change stances? Oh, my leg hurts. Somebody kicked the shit out of my calf. An expert at doing that. I've watched Alex Pereira end fights. Like, I've watched him leg kick people and end the fight. Yuri's too tough for that. So, Yuri changed his stances. That already right there changes your game plan. So, immediately you have to respect how dangerous this man is. Yuri gets him on the ground. He wins the first round on points. He did what he needed to do. But I feel Yuri's striking was compromised because his ass wouldn't check the leg kicks. When you fight Alex Pereira, you gotta check a fucking leg kick, cuz. Cause he will snap your leg when he kicks you. Oh, I don't know. Jose Aldo is about the only other guy I know that's got those kind of leg kicks. And they're not as violent because he was a smaller man, 145. When you got a guy as big as Alex fucking kicking your leg, Jesus Christ. That aspect alone is why I want to see John Jones fight Alex Pereira. Because John Jones, the GOAT besides GSP. I had to add that. But John Jones, he got toothpicks for legs. If Alex Pereira kicks that man one time, Jones ain't going to be able to wrestle like he wants to. He ain't going to be able to clinch and put weight on his leg like he wants to. Then you have to fight that fight. Alex Pereira is not a guy you want standing in front of you throwing punches after he's compromised your leg. I love these guys. I feel it's disrespectful that not even 7 months after the first fight, I'm forced to have to pick them again. But like I said, video is evidence. Back in November, I took Alex Pereira. He won the fight. And I told y'all, basically what I'm telling you now. Alex is, you don't want to play with your food or fire because Alex is a guy that's just vicious with the kickboxing, and he doesn't have the best ground game, but he could do enough to ride the rounds out. But Yuri is such a traditional martial artist. Everything about him is old school to the book. He's a fucking samurai, man. That's the best way I can describe Yuri Prochazka. And I'm going to take Yuri Prochazka to win. I know I took Alex Pereira last time and Alex won. I feel Yuri's going to correct his mistakes and take his belt back. And if that happens, bro, Alex Pereira, the same thing that could happen after he lost to Izzy. Alex Pereira needs to move to heavyweight. This motherfucker can walk around comfortably at 250. So I wouldn't mind seeing that, and then he can make a case to try to be a 3-division weight champion. Well, you can do that even if you win, but I don't know, man. Yuri just, something seems different about his aura with this fight, man. It's a shame that either one of these guys got to lose, and if Yuri wins, it's only going to be like, hey, they're 1-1. We need to see him fight again. Whoa. But what I don't think needs to happen is they need to fight like immediately, you know. It don't need to happen right away. But I really think, that's what I think, man. I think Yuri Prochazka is going to get his title back. Probably fight, maybe Magomed Ankalaev next. Whoever wins this fight, that's probably who's next. And that's a tough fight for either one of these men. I think a more even and better fight would be Yuri versus Magomedov. I could be wrong. But I'm so excited. I'm glad to be back. Get this live pushed out. This will be on the Hardcore Sports Network either tonight or in the morning. Same for the Mystic Mary and Hardcore Sports Network YouTube channel. All of that good stuff. The stars have been appreciated. Donations are appreciated. All of that stuff, None of this stuff is free or even cheap to do. Tonight's one of my easiest lives I've ever done in my history of doing them, but it's one of my better ones on the same token. We had a lot of people in here talking, sharing, all of that good stuff, liking. All of that stuff means the world to me. Probably not going to hold y'all too much longer. Might wait a second. If anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns, holla at me. Otherwise, I think an hour and 17 minutes with like not even like a 3-minute break is solid. That's how I feel about it. We've had some views. We've had some shares. Yeah, man. I'm just thankful. I'm glad to be back. I waited so long to come back, but it's life, man. You can't always, if I can give you some advice, don't always say, there's tomorrow. You might not have tomorrow. I'm thankful I had tomorrow, to come back and keep doing what I love to do and what I'm passionate about and shit like that. But not everybody has that. I'm trying to break out of that mindset for myself. I got to start doing more. So, yeah. I love you guys. Mystic Mary says, have a great night. I'm planning for Fridays to be my main day. But at the same token, I might have to find a second day for the week because I'd hate to go 1 week here, next week on HSN, and then there's a whole gap where I'm not giving love. So I'm going to try to find maybe another day, maybe like a Monday and a Friday where, I spend a day with each of the brands and stuff. Also, don't forget about Exceptional Sports News. I know I ain't pushing it as much now, but when I'm able to get out there with a live audience or something like that, like, you know, at a press conference, you know, you never know what that's going to grow to. But I love y'all. I missed y'all. I'm not going to make y'all wait like this again, man. I was in a fucked up spot the very last time I talked to y'all live on my birthday. About almost 4 months ago, you know, I was in a fucked up spot, man. It hurt to talk, it hurt to eat, it hurt to sleep. Like, I'd lay in bed and my fucking teeth would just vibrate. And I wasn't happy about it, but that's when I really started feeding my post on here, you know, feeding reels, feeding text, feeding images, doing what I can, you know. That's what I want y'all to understand. Even if you're doing something totally different in life, just do what you can every day. If 40% is all you have in a day and you give it, that's 100%, man. I just think more people need to understand that, especially as humans. We ain't robots. We ain't perfect. I know I'm not. And I've learned a lot, even, you know, more past since October. You know, October is when I was diagnosed with HS, but about June or July last year is when I really started feeling like, you know, shit. Started having a lot of infection in my body and things that I wasn't even sure of going on. Like, it was hard. I was doing some outside work, which was hard. I didn't even have an appetite, man. Like, it's crazy. And ain't nobody perfect. That's just really what all I'm trying to say. And everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else besides what I'm doing. Sure, I'm not making the money I want to make to be comfortable yet. But I promise you, it'll come. Well, I look at it, you know, what's a part-time gig for me right now is a dream for a lot of people I know. And I have friends, I ain't gonna say names, I have friends that are making money, you know, and they might not be making it like me or other creators, but you making it, man. That's what's important. Don't worry about another creator's pocket, dude. Be happy. I'm not saying that in a hateful way either. I'm trying to say it in a positive way. Like, you need to be happy you're in the spot you're in, that you're recognized and appreciated for your creativity. And you're here for a reason, bro. I promise you, there's a lot of creators that I do know that are very dope, that are probably better than me. I ain't gonna want to call myself out like that, but they don't make shit. It's more than that sometimes, man. But you can't be worried about the next man. Just, you gotta let that person influence you. I got a couple friends with 1 million followers, and that's how I use them. I let them motivate me. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to hate on what they're doing, and especially if it's content that I like. You know what I mean? There's no sense in jealousy. If I like what you're doing, I don't care if you got 1 follower or 5 million, dude. If you're doing something I like, that's all that matters. But I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to have to charge my phone and get this content downloaded. And like I said, man, some of this stuff might not be moved. The YouTube area might not be moved to tomorrow, but I will get this on Hardcore Sports Network tonight, probably while I'm eating. But I need to get off of this bed, man. I hope y'all have a good night.